So here we have Simba, and in this week's video we are practicing Simba's lure sits and downs. So he does not know his lure sits and downs yet, but we're off that lure, or we're practicing on that lure is what I mean. So going off that lure. So I have his face in front of a whole bunch of treats that I have in his hands, kind of luring him around. So to lure into a sit, I'm going to rock back, sit. Yes, good boy. So he's going to eventually put the 2 and 2 together that he gets a treat once he goes into that position. So the same thing with a down, taking that treat, putting it to the ground. Once he goes into that down, almost trying to get that treat out of my hand, he's going to get that reward. Good. Yes, good boy. Lots of positive marker words throughout all of this. So once he goes into whatever position, yes, good boy, good, positive marker words. Think those words. So, good sit. Yes, good boy. Don't you drop it? Down. Yes, good boy. And then after he does do that, I'm going to say the words after, not before though. Sit. Yes. Once he's batting at me, I'm waiting for that all 4 feet to be on the ground. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Good. Oh, now you're batting at me again. Again, with that down, taking that treat, just pressing his nose to the ground. I don't want him climbing on top of me. That's what he's trying to do right now. Waiting until he's finished chewing that treat. Off. Sit. Good sit. Good boy. Lots of positive marker words, lots of positive praise for all of this. I want him to know that he gets a reward when he does something right. Off. So if I have to lure into a sit and then a down first, I can do that. So putting my arms up so he doesn't get on. Yes, good sit. Good. So kind of making that exciting for him to get, and it entices him to go into that position. That's kind of what the lure is you're enticing him to go into what, yes, good boy, to what you want him to do. So eventually I'm going to be able to say sit, this is the hand gesture for sit, and he's going to rock back into that sit automatically. And because I've been kind of luring him back into that sit, you're kind of already rocking him back. So when they watch your hand, they're going to eventually put the 2 and 2 together. That way, sit, good. And eventually, if you wanted to do that, you would go slowly, sit. Yes, good boy. And then down is gesturing to the ground, saying down. Making it exciting for him. And he wants to get that treat, so that's kind of what he's doing. That's why it entices him to lay into that down. Kind of waiting it out. I want him to do it on his own time. I don't want to force him into a position. I want him to do it. That way he knows when he puts, yes, good down. When he does it himself, he gets the reward. So that's kind of what you're setting him up for success for down the road, to be able to do that down. Put your hand to the ground, telling him down, and he'll go into that down. He has come a very long way with this, as you can see. With this sit, he kind of already rocks back a bit. Maybe. Simba, come. Good boy. Sit. Good. Oh, that's not a sit. That's you being goofy. Good sit. Good boy. He is a goofy boy. He loves to play. I have a toy behind me, so we'll do that at the end for a reward for him. But I'm going to have him do a couple more sits and downs, or lure sits and downs that way. And then we'll end it on that note. Good boy. So he's already in that sit. Just kind of waiting and see if he'll rock back into or come down. Yes, good down. Good boy. Good. Lots of praise. Tell him he's being a good boy. Good boy. I am breaking them up super small, that way he doesn't take so long to chew them. That way we can get more out of these treats. Wait. Sit. Good boy. Waiting for that foot to be on the ground. Good. And then giving that treat. So I want all 4 on the floor. I don't want them batting at me, because down the road it could lead to jumping, or it just could lead to a behavior that you don't want. You don't want them always pawing at you. You want them to be nice, put all 4 feet on the ground. It helps in the long run. So I'll do one more sit. Good. And then I'll do another down. And then we'll end on a little bit of praise and up. Good down. Good boy, Simba. As you can see, he's kind of going along with it. Once they kind of figure out what you're doing, this is kind of how all of our sessions have been going. Towards the end of them, he gets like, oh, I know what you're talking about, where you rock that into a sit and then into a down, and he'll eventually kind of pick up on it and be like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. Down. Good boy. Good boy. What do I have for you? What do I have? He has been carrying this toy around all day, just hanging out with it. He's been a really good boy. But yeah, that's for our lower sits and downs. He's been doing really well. I want to always keep it positive, lots of praise. I want his training sessions to always be fun. I want him to enjoy them, especially at this age. We want to keep them super short. That way we don't lose their attention, because their attention span is so little at this age. But we want to make sure it's always positive. They love training. We use positive, lots of positive marker words, not many negative at all. Good boy. Good boy. But yeah, this is Simba and his lower sits and downs. Good boy.